Welcome to Puvanur RVIR Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. Welcome to Puvanur RVIR Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. We are now in level 6. Today we are going to see some interesting ideas in Misra Chapathala 7-beat cycle. Otherwise it's 3.5 beat cycle. Before we get into the class, I will start this class with a Tirukkural. Kudipuram Kattu Ombi Kutram Kadidal Vadu Andru Vendan Thozhil. What is the meaning of it? Kudimakkalai Pirar Varundamal Kattu Thanum Varuthamal Kaappaatri அவர்களுடைய குற்றங்களை தண்டனையால் ஒழித்தல் அரசனுடைய தொழிலாகும் அது பழி என்று. A king should not be cruel to his people. He should protect his people and he should also punish for the ill acts done by the people. That's also important for the administrator to have for the well-being of the society. With this good thought, we will enter into the class. Today we are going to see some interesting ideas in Misra Chapathala. So typically let's look at, I'm going to teach you only the important concepts here as we have already gone through how to play Misra Chapathala in level 2. So here it's more advanced where we will see some abhiprayams using some interesting phrases, how it's been built. Using this phrase, we will see some of the rhymes. Tattat dimigidutakatimitalangudim. Tattat dimigidutakatimitalangudim. Tattat dimigidutakatimitalangudim. Tattat dimigidutakatimitalangudim. Tattat dimigidutakatimitalangudim. Takatalangu, takatalangudim. We're going to see some more interesting ideas. That's one more idea. Next idea. Tattat demigada demigada delada doom. Tattat demigada demigada delada doom. Tat doom. Tattat demigada demigada delada doom. Tat doom. Tat doom. These are all the ideas of Tattat demigada tagadavitalang. Now, there is a stack of mathematics mathematical progression. By giving a carve of 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, you can complete the exercise of an abhiprayam. This is one of the laya vinyasam which we can do just using this phrase. Whatever the we used it and then we tried to play so many varieties. Now let's try to play a progressive game. It gives you the concentration and also helps you to put thala accurately. Tattat demigita tagadimitalang takita, tattat demigita tagadimitalang takita, tattat demigita tagadimitalang dim, tattat demigita tagadimitalang gong, tattat demigita tagadimitalang ga, tattat demigita tagadimitalang dum, tattat demigita tagadimitalang ga, tattat demigita tagadimitalang ga, tattat demigita tagadimitalang dim, tattat demigita tagadimitalang dum, 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 tattat demigita tagadimitalang dum. Here I explicitly told you the carve for your understanding. When you have to actually play, you should not show the carve. Tattat demigita tagadimitalang da, tattat demigita tagadimitalang da, tattat demigita tagadimitalang dum, tattat demigita tagadimitalang da, tattat demigita tagadimitalang da, tattat demigita tagadimitalang dum, tattat demigita tagadimitalang da, tattat demigita tagadimitalang da, tattat demigita tagadimitalang da, tattat demigita tagadimitalang du, tattat demigita tagadimitalang du, tattat demigita tagadimitalang dum, tattat demigita tagadimitalang du, tattat demigita tagadimitalang du, tattat demigita tagadimitalang du. These are all the varieties using tattat damigita tagadimitalang. Now let's look into the phrase of tankita tagadarikitta taga. Tankita tagadarikitta tagadum. Tankita tagadarikitta tagadum. Tankita tagadarikitta tagadum. Here I didn't express you the what is the carve. So the carve here is 5. Tankita tagadarikitta tagadum dum. Tankita tagadarikitta tagadum dum. Tankita tagadarikitta tagada. Now how interestingly you can play, either you can show as full carve or only show one syllable as as 4 carve and then 4 is silent and 1 as a beat which gives a push. Tankita tagadarikitta tagada. Tankita tagadarikitta tagada. When you say split that 5 carve, 4 silent, 4 plus 1 and explicitly play that one syllable, that gives a emphatic and it shows the stamp of Raghu. It gives a push to the phrase itself. This is one of the idea. And then the stack of Tongada Tagadarigadagaga can be improved in 3 different varied jatis. Tangada Tagadarigadagong, Tam Kitta Taka Tadi Kitta Taka Tong, Tam Kitta Taka Tadi Kitta Taka Ta. So here, Tangada Tagadarigadagaga is a continuous phrase. Tam Kitta Taka Tadi Kitta Taka is 2 syllable for each of these content of Tam Kitta Taka Tadi Kitta Taka. It's from 6 aksharas becomes to 12 aksharas. And when you get into 3, Tam Kitta Taka Tadi Kitta Taka, it's 4.5 beats, which is nothing but 4.5 into 4 is 18 aksharas. So here the progression is using the base Tam Kitta Taka Tadi Kitta Taka and telling it in 3 different jatis, 6, 12 and 18. It makes it interesting. Tam Kitta Taka Tadi Tong, Tam Kitta Taka Tadi Kitta Taka Tong, Tam Kitta Taka Tadi Kitta Taka Tong. That's the idea. The next idea using the Tam Kitta Taka Tadi Kitta Taka is Tam Kitta Taka Tadi Kitta Taka Taka Tong, Tat Tam Kitta Taka Tadi Kitta Taka 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 Tong, Tat Di Tam Kitta Taka Tadi Kitta Taka 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 Tong. proportionate increase both in the Uttrangam, Purvangam and also in the Uttrangam. Thankidadaka tarikidadaka tagadanadang. Tat thankidadaka tarikidadaka tagadanadang. Taddi thankidadaka tarikidadaka tagadanadang. So when you add a two, there is another tagadan is added. Taddi, there is another tagadan added. Makes it beautiful athirmanam or abhiprayam using thankidadaka tarikidadaka. We will see next few more ideas. Now let's look at a 7 pattern and how we can Tarikitta taka din takitta is a 7 syllabled phrase that you have to first of all test it out. Then we can play in the abhiprayam. Kitta kitta taka danta kitta dim. Here it's 35 akshara abhiprayam. 35 akshara is a multiple of 7, using 7 phrase beautifully. From the middle of the cycle, he is playing a tirmanam. Like that you have to play. Now using this now as we played in the Adithalam, we use this abhiprayam and Adithalam. The same abhiprayam, let's see how it gets fitted in Misra Chapathalam. Here, that's how your place. First is dundum tata, dundum tata, dundum tatak. So it's a 2, 3, and 4 beautifully intertwined. Flow you played now. If you want to give some sort of some more complexity into this structure, you can give a 7 akshara tirmanam in between. Tadadarikadaganta kungum tatta dim. Kadadadarikadaganta kungum tatta dim. Tadadarikadaganta kungum tatta dim. Because when you give a 7 akshara tirmanam, it completes another cycle. Taka, dimi, takita, taka, dimi, takita. There are 2 taka, dimi, takitas. You are not playing together, but you are sandwiching this taka, dimi, takita to make it a complex pattern, and then so that you get a variety. Another variety of using taradari kidataganta. Let's see some more ideas using this taradari kidataganta. Taradari kidataganta dundatta ding. Taradari kidataganta dundum tatta dundum tatta ding. Taradari kidataganta dundum tatta dundum tatta dundum tatta ding. As 1, 2, 3. Dundum tata is played once. Dundum tata ding. Dundum tata ding. The second time it's played twice, duplets. Single one time, duplets and triplets. Dundum tata, dundum tata, dundum tata. That's how it's played. Here, if you look at the mathematics, here comes the brilliance and the virtuosity of Palaghat Raghu sir. We have to really, I want to give you here dundum tata is 12 aksharas. How you place this 12 akshara, dundum tata ga din tata din. He uses this 12 akshara, he converts it into a very complicated 12 akshara combination. Dundum tataga. So he makes that dundum is 3, tataga is 1 plus 4, 3 plus 5, 8, dhimnana is 4, dhim is 2 and nana is 2. So the next is the beauty. Dundum tatak, dundum tatak, dundum tatak is 24, and how he interestingly makes this dundum tataga, din, tataga, din, din, tatat, din. He uses this as the interpretation and place in between the tirmanam. Tadadari kadaganta, dundum tadi, kadaganta, dundum tataga, din, tata, din, tadadari kadaganta, gongu, tataga, dun, tataga, din, din, tata, din. So, instead of expressing it in a straightforward manner, he makes that pattern of for the 12 akshara, dundum tataga din nana for 12 aksharas, dundum tataga ding tataga din din tata ding. He uses this pattern for the 24 aksharas and then expresses the tirmanam. Tadadarikaraganta dundum tata ding, kadadarikaraganta dundum tataga din nana ding, tadadarikaraganta gungu tataga din tataga din din tata ding. So he makes it so beautiful, and it needs a lot of the memory, concentration to express that 12 akshara form for the 12 for the 24. Like that, and that's the complexity. So how a simple the virtuosity of a mridangist comes here in a very grandeur manner. So like this, you can actually use some sort of set of phrases into completely unknown form, used for a 24 akshara or a 27 akshara, into a form which cannot be unraveled by somebody. It's like a puzzle game, and that's where this geniosity comes in. And it also it should be brilliant. It should have a seating, it should have a lilt, and it should position properly. And that's the geniosity of Palaghat here. So let's see some more ideas. Now, using this Tadi Trigadam, so even this pattern of Tadi Trigadam, how you can fit into Misra Chaptala, that's important. Tadi Trigadam, 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 Ta. This is the vanilla. Now when you do this, automatically you should try to use a median. So 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, see, because 6 is a midpoint. Tat tarigadum ta tarigadum ta tarigadum ta ta tarigadum ta ta tarigadum ta ta tarigadum ta tarigadum ta tarigadum ta 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 tarigadum ta. All these are very essential because it gives you the control of how to put the thala. Misra Chapu by itself is a tough thala. Into that you are putting a tough structure, not representing in a normal way, and try to get these ideas implemented. It makes you very rugged. You can also reverse the idea. Ta tarigadum ta tarigadum ta tarigadum ta ta tarigadum ta ta tarigadum ta ta tarigadum ta tarigadum ta tarigadum ta tarigadum ta. Tarigadum ta ta tarigadum ta tarigadum ta tarigadum ta ta tarigadum ta tarigadum ta tarigadum ta ta tarigadum ta tarigadum ta. So it's a stack of 5, 6, 7. You can also use a stack of 7, 6, 5. Ta tarigadum ta ta tarigadum ta tarigadum ta tarigadum ta ta tarigadum ta tarigadum ta tarigadum ta ta tarigadum ta tarigadum ta. So you should be lucid and you should be able to express these ideas in a brilliant way. Now this tata tarigadum is also can be represented as tarigadum tarigadum. When you play continuously, you don't know what you're trying to do. Somebody will be watching when it's coming. Actually, it's Tadi Tarigadam. He expresses in a detailed Tarigadam stacks. So when he plays continuously, it looks like something complicated is happening on the floor. So these are all. Then even for the Takadarigadam, Darigadam, Takadarigadam, Darigadam, Takadarigadam, Darigadam is 3 and 4. You can play a stack in a brilliant way using these ideas. Once when you know the concept should be changed with the phrases should be changed with the pauses should be expressed brilliantly. So these are all the elements by which you can take your style into unique style. Let's take a couple of more concepts in this class and then we'll conclude. Now you can, for example, like for 7, now it's a tadim, tadim, takadim, tadim, 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 takadim, takita, tadim, tadim. You can play like this. Because in Adi Tala, when you break it, it's all even because tadim, din, na, karatakadim, din, na. And when you want to make it in a very lucid and easy style in Mr. Chapel, tadim, na, tadim, din, na. It's easy because you split that 1.5 and 2 in a right way. You can slice there, 3 and 4. But when you want to slice at an odd number, then that becomes difficult. Ta, tadim, takadim, tadim, ta, tadim, takadim, takita. Here the slice is 7 and 7. Makes it even, but only towards the end you get the even part of it. So when you're making, if you want to build a complexity around here, you can express the 7 as tadikita thum, ta. Tadim, tadim. Give a push for the tadim, tadim. Tadim, tadim, takadim, tadim, tadim, tadim. Tadikita thum, tatadim, tadim. Here how the 7 is formed. 5, a pause and a single syllable. 5 plus 1 plus 1 is 7. So that 1 pushes the tadim, tadim brilliantly. Tadim, tadim, takadim, tadim, tadim, tadim. Tadikita thum, tatadim, tadim. Tadikita thum, tatadim, tadim. Tadikita thum, tatadim, tatadim, tadim, takadim, tadim. When you express the 3 tadikita thum plus 1, it is brilliant. So when you want to play in a very complex Nadai form in Mr. Chopper, like an Adi Thalam, you can play in the Jati itself. When you continue playing like that, you can also play an abhiprayam. Tadikita tum, tadum, go, takatadikita tum, tadum, tadum, go, takadikita tum, tadum, 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 go, tatadum, 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 go, takatadum, tagatadum, takatadum. These are all the ideas. So we saw several ideas using simple phrases. Tatta dhimigita takadimita long. Then we saw the gamut of ideas. Using tongkita takadarikidataka, stacks of tongkita takadarikidataka, we saw ideas. We saw the progression using tatta dhimigita takadimita long with 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And then explicitly telling with the carvai to ensure that you are doing it perfectly. Then implicitly telling it without showing the carvai, and that makes you with one status. Then we also saw some interesting ideas of So when I used this pattern, I was teaching you so many different combinations by which you can play abhiprayams, and one of the abhiprayams were how a simple idea can be made complex. I demonstrated. I think that's the most virtuous learning I have found from Raghu, because it's one of his Very brilliant way of approaching a completely 12 phrase. He doesn't express it normally and he gives a different Todong tataga, ding tataga, din din tata dim. Nobody would have conceptualized to play a 24 akshara like this. Tadi kitata tadi kitata tadi kitata tadi kitata da. Takita taka dimi taka takita takita taka dimi taka takita ta. All those things are okay, but this one is out of the box, I felt, and that's where the geniosity lies. I'll conclude this class with a Thirukkural. கொலையின் கொடியாரை வேந்து ஒருத்தல் பைங்கூழ் களை கட்டு அதனோடு நேர். What is the meaning of it? கொடியவரை கொலை தண்டனையால் தண்டித்தும் மற்றவர்களை அருளோடு காத்தும் முறை செய்தல் பசுமையான பயிரில் களை எடுப்பது போன்ற சிறந்த செயலாகும். If a king should actually punish the people who had done mistakes, and he should also protect the people who are doing good things and who are innocent people. And it's something like a farmer when farming, taking out the weeds out of the soil, like removing the bad people from the society. So with this good thought, I'm concluding this class. I will see you in the next class with much more interesting ideas of legendary Mridanga Vidwan Palaghat Sri Raghu sir.
Mm-hmm.